What's going on, boys and girls? Guys and gals, I haven't used my Big Boss Oiless fryer in a while, and I decided that I was going to try some cornbread in my oilless fryer. Now, usually I'll put some chicken or some chicken wings or some fries, things like that in there. Nothing big like cornbread, because you really don't want to mess up cornbread. Again, we're just trying it in the oilless fryer just to kind of see how it's going to come out. I think it's going to come out good. Try this recipe, guys. The actual recipe is great, whether you do it in an oilless fryer or whether you do it in the oven. The recipe itself is great within itself. So here we go. Again, hit that little thumbs up button to check the algorithm to send out this video to more people. Here we go. All right, now this is the Big Boss Oiless fryer. Now this is kind of different than the ones that you see. This was one of the earlier models right here. But again, it's got the settings on it. It's very simple. You set it to your temperature for fish and chicken and onion rings and french fries. We're going to do ours for cornbread. Now we're going to preheat this. I've got a glass dish in here just so that you can kind of see. Got a glass dish in here that we're going to put some oil in there. We're going to put some spray oil in there so the cornbread won't stick. And we're going to preheat it just like you would your cast iron. All right, now I greased this bowl right here, this casserole dish, with bacon grease. Now you can use butter or whatever, or you can use just the spray in there. And again, we're gonna preheat this baby to 400 degrees before we add our cornbread to it, so it can start cooking on the bottom. We're gonna kind of do it just like we're doing it in an oven. And again, if you've never used the Big Boss, again, set it to 400 degrees like that. I'm gonna turn this baby on, and we'll set it for, even though we're not going to be cooking it for 30 minutes, we'll set it for 30 minutes. You see the light comes on, it starts heating everything up, and then we'll go ahead and get our other ingredients together. And by the time we get the other ingredients together, it'll be nice and hot. All right, now for our cornbread, we're going to use 1 cup of flour. Now this right here is actually gluten-free flour. You don't have to use gluten-free, you can use regular flour. 1 cup of cornmeal, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon, or that's about 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs, a stick of butter, and we're going to have 1/2 cup of, or 1.5 cups of buttermilk, and we're going to have some honey as well, a couple of tablespoons of honey. All right, so let's go ahead and add our dry ingredients first. This is our flour here, that gluten-free flour. Now, guys, when you get your gluten-free flour, pour it into your scooper, into your measuring cup, because if you dunk it in there and like try to scoop it out, it makes it, you get more of it. So and this is kind of on the dense side. That was our cornmeal, and so it tends to pack it together. This is our baking powder and our salt. We're going to give that a little bit of a mix here. We're just using this little whisk here. Then we'll add our wet ingredients. We got our butter over there in the microwave, warming up. We're going to put our buttermilk in there. We're going to put our eggs in there. That should be enough of that. All right, now we'll add our butter in here, our melted butter. Gonna crack 2 eggs. These are farm fresh eggs too, y'all. Look how yellow that, or orange. Those yolks are orange, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Nicely farm fresh. See, that one's nicely as well too. And what are we missing? Okay, and then we're gonna add our buttermilk, and then we only need 1.5 cups of buttermilk. All right, so we're gonna add 1.5 cups of our buttermilk in here. And sometimes it'll look like it's too soupy, guys, so we get a spatula. Oh, I almost forgot about our honey. About 2 tablespoons of honey. Or you can use sugar as well too. I just like the honey. It's about 2 tablespoons. I just kind of eyeballed it, y'all. See if we can get that lid back on it. There we go. And we're gonna give this a mix. Now, I didn't use all the buttermilk because I wanted to see what it was gonna look like first. I'm almost glad I didn't use it all. All right, we're gonna give this a mix, y'all. until we're almost at pancake batter. And then we'll come right back, y'all. Alrighty, that's nice and smooth. Now we're gonna go get that casserole dish that's in the Big Boss and bring it over here. And it is hot, guys, so wear your pair of gloves. It's super hot. And we'll get one of those little dish cozies so it doesn't burn the counter. All right, it is super hot, y'all, so we're just gonna pour our batter in there. Get it all in there, trying to get not to get any on the sides here, but we do want to get it all out. And let's wipe the edges here. Okay, and I'll come right back, y'all. Alrighty, that's nice and smooth. Now, again, put it back inside of your Big Boss. Remember, that thing is hot, so it didn't stop getting hot just that quick, so put it back in the Big Boss. All right, we got it back in the Big Boss here. We're gonna cover it up. Turn the temperature back on. It's on. We got it set for about 20 minutes, y'all. And that's really about the amount of time that you want it to. Let's see if we can get this. There you go. That's the amount of time. Now again, it was already hot, so the little light didn't come on. But you will see it. We'll check on it and watch. There comes the light. We'll check on the progress of this cornbread and pray that the cornbread comes out in the Big Boss. All right, let me let you see the progress on it. Looks a little different, y'all. You know, we're gonna see how this is gonna come out. We're gonna see how this is gonna come out. You know, again, the main thing is the taste. All right, y'all, it's browning off real good right there. Now the bottom, I'm not quite sure about the bottom yet because the bottom doesn't look like it's quite done. The top looks really good. So we're gonna see here. We still got about 5 minutes or so. So we'll check the temperature here in a little bit. All righty, the timer is going off. It's got a nice little brown, nice browning to it. I couldn't think of the right terminology. I'm gonna check the temperature. Temperature's gotta be at least 190, 200 degrees. So I'm gonna stick that thermometer all the way down at the bottom and see what it is. All right, now see, the bottom is not done yet. The top's done, guys, but the bottom's not. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a piece of foil over this right here and let it cook some more so that it doesn't brown anymore, because it's brown enough. And it's not the best looking cornbread. I can tell you that right now. That's not the best looking, but we'll see how it tastes. All right, so I put a piece of aluminum foil on top of it. I just noticed what you do when you're doing some of this in the oven and you don't want it to brown anymore. We're gonna set the temperature for another 400 degrees. What happened there? Looks like the thing lifted up. Let me check something, y'all. All right, that thing kind of lifted up, so I'm gonna add we have an extension thing right here that you can put on it. We're gonna add that. We're doing this on the fly, guys, and you know what? Maybe I should have started with this in the very beginning. Anyway, it's gonna start. No, it flew up again. It's not really wanting me to put this thing on top of it. All right, we're gonna try this just without the aluminum foil, because I don't think if the aluminum foil gets sucked up to the top every time, it's not gonna help it to cook real well. So maybe being further away from the light source will make it better. We're going to go another 10 minutes or so, guys, but I'm probably going to check it in 5. All right, I think I found a way to stop it from the foil shooting up from the air. Put something on top of it here. Again, we're doing this. We're doing this on the fly, guys, and the heat will turn back on, and it's still not. The bottom is still not cooked, so it's not working so far. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this was a disaster. It really was. I had to flip the cornbread, and I don't know if I'm gonna show this video or not, but I had to flip the cornbread in order to get it to in order to get the bottom, because the bottom still isn't done. So it'll get done this way, but heck, may as well cook it in the oven if you're gonna cook it this way. So this is a big epic fail. All right, guys, that's kind of what we got. Okay, so the Big Boss is not for cornbread. I don't care what online tells you. The Big Boss is not for cornbread. Couldn't hardly get the inside of this stuff done. So if you're thinking about having a quick and easy way of cooking cornbread in particularly the Big Boss fryer, I would say no. Now I'm gonna let this cool down a little bit and see what it tastes like, because I got a feeling that it's gonna taste good, even though it looks like crap. But anyway, I won't be doing no more cornbread in the Big Boss. I may have to decide on whether I can do some other things in there. It cooks meat perfectly, guys. But if you have to flip cornbread, that's probably a big no-no. So anyway, we'll see how it tastes.